Welcome to the Millcreek Government Channel. I'm Judy Zelina, and today we're going to be talking about a new program offered here in Millcreek Township. It's called the At Your Door Household Hazardous Waste Home Pickup Program. And here to explain this, we have with us from Waste Management, she's in Public Affairs with Waste Management, Lori Queso. Lori, thank you for taking time out in your busy schedule and stopping in. She's all over the place, believe me, not just in Erie, Pennsylvania. So to stop in, I appreciate it, to let our viewers know.
No, thank you, because these are the kind of opportunities that are golden for us over at Waste Management. This is a brand new program. You folks are like pioneers here at Millcreek. I mean that. And it's because you take your recycling so seriously that you are the first in Western PA to do this. I actually cover Western PA and all of New York State. This At Your Door program is not even being done anywhere in New York State. You folks are pioneers with this. So try not to ask me too many tough questions because it is so new. We're all kind of learning this together.
Well, I'm the manager of the recycling department. So when we were putting together our contract for our waste, for waste and recycling, this program was introduced as an option to be part of our contract. I was thrilled. I was for this 100% because if we got one call, we got 10 calls a day, if not more, how to get rid of items. And honestly, Lori, you know, items that are deemed household hazardous waste are not easy to get rid of, and it's costly.
Oh yes, it is costly. We're doing something different at Waste Management. We're no longer referring to it as household hazardous waste.
Oh great, I just got used to it now.
No,
what is
no.
It now?
and you'll understand this because
okay.
it's household hazardous materials.
All right.
Because we are recycling 80% of these items that are coming out. I mean, you're thinking, how do you recycle those? Think of where your recycling was 10 years ago. You, personally, what you were recycling, Judy, and where you've come now. I laugh because I used to go into offices everywhere, right, and take the styrofoam cup and put my coffee in it, and I would never do that now. Do you know how long it takes styrofoam to disintegrate in a landfill?
I won't
500 years.
I won't use styrofoam either.
Right, but look at this. Now you're conscious of it. You're conscious of, there's my can. You know, I'm not going to throw that out. I'm going to, well, I still rinse mine even though you don't have to anymore because old habits die hard.
Correct.
But you're looking at things in a whole different way. Well, now the whole waste industry and Waste Management is not only the largest disposal company, but the largest recycler in North America.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we're a Fortune 200 company. We are on the cutting edge of so many of these things. You're only going to be able to get something like At Your Door with Waste Management, and we're able to take these materials, and if you'll indulge me, I'll take you through the whole process on how you do At Your Door, but we're able to use these again. We are all about reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay.
And what I want to bring up too is people are for recycling if it's easy, if it's convenient, and if it doesn't cost them a lot of money. And I do know this because we recently went to single stream in our recycling. We've seen an increase, of course, in our recycling figures, our tonnage. That's because we made it easy for people to recycle things. They didn't have to separate. They don't have to tie things. They don't have, and here in Millcreek, everything goes out in one bin. It's not like cans one day, paper another day, so it's easy. So when At Your Door came to my attention, I knew Millcreek had to have this.
Well, this was really smart of you to see this, and probably one of the biggest questions, and I'm glad you brought up recycling, and this is just another recycling program.
Yes, it is.
It really is,
it is.
Okay. When I have people call me and they say, you're putting it all in a bin, you're just throwing that out. They've never been to a MRF. A MRF is a municipal recycling facility. Have you ever been to a MRF?
Actually, yes, I have.
Okay.
I did.
Aren't they the coolest things? And you'd think,
I'm amazed. I am truly amazed.
Right?
I had no idea how streamlined everything is.
Well, you have a huge magnet that pulls up all your aluminum. Okay, you have something that blows all the papers into one thing. I mean, I think anybody who goes to a MRF, they're always amazed. Look at what this does. So yes, when you put everything in your bin and it gets thrown into the truck, we are not just bringing it to a landfill. It goes to different transfer stations and then onto this a MRF. And there's only so many MRFs in the country, but boy, are they efficient, and they're so cool to see. I'm really proud of these MRFs when I see that, because we're very into recycling in waste management.
Yes, you are.
Now, this at your door, let me tell you, this is great for everybody. This is a win-win for everybody.
It is.
But for the longest time, people like my mother, okay, would say, I have an old computer. I've got a television set, okay, and I don't make my way out to a recycling facility. What am I supposed to do with these? I've got old paint down in my basement. I can't get to a HHW day, you know, and I can't, and they're hard, and it's only one day, and I mean, there's no excuse. This is part of your contract. You need to take advantage of this if you're living in Millcreek Township, right? Because this is there for you. So what you do? You go, the first step is you go down into your basement, your garage, underneath your sink, and you take out your waste that wouldn't normally go into the regular old garbage, okay? And they need to be handled specially. They do. They need special treatment for disposal. You make a list of everything that you have. I have pool chemicals. I have some old paint thinner. I mean, there's a whole list: garden chemicals, solvents, the paints, cleaners, antifreeze. I have old motor oil. I have adhesives. I have gasoline. I have an old gas can that I don't know what to do with. Make your list. There's a 1-800 number, which I believe we're showing.
Okay. And it is the 1-800-449-7587.
You're going to call that, or if you're really savvy and you want to do it on the internet, you use the internet address that you're showing there, which is wm@yourdoor.com. And you're going to go on there, and you're going to eventually end up with a customer service person. Now, let me tell you, I did this yesterday because this is so new. I thought I can't go and tell people in Millcreek what the experience is like unless I have the actual experience.
I did the same thing too.
Did you?
Called just to see what was going to happen.
Did you have a good experience?
I had a wonderful experience.
Okay. I had such a good experience that I called the customer service person's supervisor and told her how helpful that she had been to me. So I'm Judy, and I'm going to call in, and I've got solvents, and I've got this, and I've got a computer. I've got an old television set. I have a monitor. I have a keyboard. I have all sorts of, you're cleaning out your attic. You're cleaning out your basement. You're cleaning out under the sink. You have all these different things. Make a list. Call the 1-800 number. The person on the phone is going to be extremely helpful. They want to help you get rid of all this.
Yes, they do.
All right? So then they're going to ask you where you live. Now, this is the tricky part, because only people within Millcreek Township can take advantage of this program right now. You are a real specialized group here. You should feel special. You'll give the address. They will be able to tell that you're part of the program. They will arrange for a pickup, but that person on the phone is going to ask you all of the materials that you would like to get rid of. I'm going to take down your address. They will tell you on the phone anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to get a pickup. It's much closer to 2 weeks or sooner in this area. But what I'm hoping after people see this, that it's going to be 3 weeks, because so many people are taking advantage of their program.
And that's what's going to happen. It is, really, Lori. You watch.
So you're going to give her the list of everything, or him, the person, the customer service person on the phone. You're going to give them everything that it is. They're going to ask for your mailing address. And within a few days, you are going to get a package like this. Okay?
All right.
It's going to come to your house with your address on it. And what it's going to have in it is it's going to have what you said that you have, and it's labeled. You've got motor oil, you've got latex, you've got all of this. It's going to have a big bag in it.
How big is that bag? How many gallons? Do you know offhand?
It's big.
It's big, okay. It is a big bag that's going to come in that envelope for you.
It is a big bag,
all
okay?
Right.
I don't know if you can all see it. It's a big bag,
all right?
You are going to put certain materials in the bag. It's going to tell you. You're going to get instructions on what goes in the bag.
All right.
Things like computer monitors are not going in the bag.
No.
They're going to go outside the bag.
Okay.
the people on the phone are going to discuss with you, because everybody is personalized. You may want it picked up near your garage. Your neighbor may want it picked up on their porch. We do not pick it up at the curb.
And that's important to remember. This is not a curbside collection.
No.
And the reason you keep it at your door, so it doesn't get mistaken for curbside collection, correct?
It is special. There's special materials. There are things that you want to be treated in a certain way. So you're going to put the materials that you said you were going to put in the bag,
okay,
but your computer monitor or your whatever is going to go next to the bag. You're going to leave it. The driver is going to get an instructions that I'm going to Judy's house on Judy Street, and I know that I'm going to pick it up on Tuesday. You're going to have it outside before 7 a.m.
Now, Lori, am I going to get an exact day that it's going to be picked up?
Oh, absolutely. And
okay,
you're going to get a reminder call, too.
All right,
Judy,
okay.
you have it out there for tomorrow?
Oh, my goodness, they know me.
Exactly.
They know I need the reminder call.
A lot of people could use the reminder call. You're going to have it out there before 7 a.m.
Okay.
And then you are going to have it picked up by the time you get home from work, or you can watch for the guy if you're a stay-at-home mom. He's going to come, he's going to pick it up. He's going to take this bag.
Okay.
Or she is going to take this bag. Now, these folks are experts on doing everything. They're going to make sure that what you said you had is in the bag, okay? If they find materials that should not be in the bag, medicine, prescription drugs, I'm pretty sure sharps aren't available here, different things. Okay, no, they're not going to take those. So this is what you told the person on the phone. This is what's in the bag. Now ask me, Lori, but what if I have way more?
That's what I was going to ask you, because I cleaned out my attic, but then I went in my basement after the phone call. What do I do then?
Well, you call again.
Okay.
This is unlimited for you. This isn't a one-time deal that I'm going to come there, okay?
That's what I want to point out.
Well, it's part of your disposal services, okay? So if indeed you call and then you say, you know what, it's all going to be paint this time.
All right.
As soon as you picked up, you can get on the phone, you can do the whole thing again, and this time you have different things. This time you want to do your electronic waste.
All right.
This time you want to do pool chemicals. I need to put, I got rid of that pool, I'm done with that pool. I got all my pool chemicals in here this time. It is unlimited, okay? You can keep on calling. We'll keep on picking it up, all right? No excuse not to do this program. Win-win for everybody.
Oh my gosh, it is.
The gentleman or woman who picks this up at your house will take the bag, and as they get to the back of their truck, they put everything in the different places. Okay, this is where the solvents would go. This is where the pool chemicals will go. This is where the electronic waste goes. The whole truck then makes its way to a transfer station where it's added to even more with your neighbor's electronics, with your neighbor's glues, with your neighbor's motor oil, and all that. It's taken to a transfer station, and then from the transfer station it goes off to parts unknown to get it recycled, reused, whatever.
And you said up to 80% of the items collected is recycled.
I'm amazed at that too, but you know who I got that from? The gentleman who started this company, and it was called Curbside Service.
All right.
From California. The man who started the company, it was purchased by Waste Management, and he works for the company. I called him out in California.
Did you?
And he's like, this is such a great thing. He said, and it because he needed this. He saw a need for this. He couldn't get all his stuff and bring it to, oh, there's a recycle day for household hazardous waste here, and there's a recycle day for e-cycling here. He said, wouldn't it be so nice if somebody came at my door and just picked all this up for me?
You know, when we were debating on putting this in with our contract, we put it out on our website for public opinion, for comments to come in, and there was a comment that, you know, honestly, Larry, I never thought of this until they pointed this out, and they said, go add this to the contract, make sure this is in the contract, get the stuff out of the house. It's safer for the people living in the house, plus all of our fire department, should there be a fire in that home. Think about it. Think of all the explosives that could be down there. And I said, you know what, I never thought of that, but he's right. Get it out of the house. You're not using it. It's probably been sitting there, a lot of things, 50 years. Like in my parents' house, I'm sure there's things that are 50, 60 years old. that how do you get rid of?
There are people in my community that would kill for At Your Door,
Oh.
okay? Because you're looking, and I field calls in my job as public affairs for people all the time, and depending upon which community or which state they're calling me from, I have to look it up and say, you know, you're kind of at the mercy of your county, or you're kind of at the mercy of when your township decides, and these are very expensive.
Yes.
Oh my God, you have a household hazardous waste day, and even if you have a DEP matching grant or a DEC, that's New York, matching grant, it's a lot of money.
Right.
And but we're looking at it in a different way. It's not just being disposed of or incinerated or anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's being reused.
I think that's wonderful. I really and truly do. These were items that viewers, they were such a problem to get rid of. They were so costly to get rid of. And so when it becomes difficult, when it becomes costly, this is where you end up seeing, you know, illegal disposal, dumping, burial, or whatever, however they could get rid of it.
Well, or just putting it in a black bag and
putting
bringing
it in
to
the landfill. That's right.
You know,
That's-
and we all deal with that. I mean, you know,
So
we're
we
all
don't
consumers,
have to
just
now.
like you.
That's right.
Not
Now we don't
anymore.
have to. That's why I'm so excited about this, and I really do want to get the word out to our viewers, to Millcreek residents, that it is available to them.
It's definitely available to them. They should have received something that looks like that.
Yes.
Okay? But I also think that you're going to be hearing more about it in the newspaper. I think you're going to be, maybe in your next invoice that you receive from Waste Management, there may be something in there.
Just a reminder. Yes.
Just tell your friends. I think once, well, I'll tell you this. Once people use this, these are survey cards. That's the last step that I was going to show you that comes in your little kit. Now that I put my kit, there's a survey card for you to return to Waste Management, and it asks you how you rated the program. Because this is so new, we want to make sure that we're handling everything and servicing you in Millcreek here in the best way that we can. The surveys back, Judy, have been unreal, okay? We've not received one survey card that was negative in any fashion. I have things like recycling. What was the best part of this? Recycling items that would have normally ended up in the landfill, okay? I don't feel guilty about getting rid of my hazardous waste.
See?
I love these things. This is part of the best part of my job, okay? It comes right to my house. It's sensible. You can tell women write these. It's sensible. You know, there was no additional cost for me. I loved the helpful and friendly reminder call that was given to me. I knew my material was being disposed of properly. I want to meet this woman because she needs to be part of my, you know, I want her to go to the newspaper. Do you know how important that is, that your materials are disposed of properly?
Oh my goodness. Number one on the list, disposed of properly.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of times people aren't thinking, oh, it's a computer. Well, you have it in your house. You use it every day. There you are. How can this be hazardous? Well, those old computers that we used to use, you know, the big ones, okay? That computer monitor that was larger than your television, okay? And it wasn't flat, you know, it was big. You could barely get this out of the house yourself. Probably between 3 and 5 pounds of lead in something like that.
Honestly.
You don't want lead in a landfill unless you're in a specialized landfill. That's my other hat. I work at a hazardous waste landfill up in northern New York State, okay? It is the only one in the East. All right, and it is so specialized as to what can go there. We're so particular about everything. We don't take electronics because electronics can be recycled. But I'm so cautious about things being hazardous and people not understanding this is hazardous, okay? If you don't want your kid handling it, it probably shouldn't go into a landfill.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
Do you want your kid handling all that lead? I don't. So I want this properly disposed of. Now, if you'll indulge me just one thing, I get one call more than any other call. And that is if I'm going to give up my old Apple, IBM, whatever, this monstrosity, should I remove my hard drive? If you do not want to remove your hard drive, then at least erase it. Now, we are not rebuilding or refurbishing these computers that come to us. We are pulling them apart for parts. All right, one thing goes here, other things go here, the glass part of it goes here. But for your own personal safety, I tell everybody in my family gets this from me, why wouldn't you take the 5 minutes and just erase your hard drive? Make sure everything, especially if it's financial information or whatever. I think that that's important.
Okay, you're talking about, you've been telling us, Lori, about the many things that you do collect. What are some items that you do not collect?
Any medication.
All right.
Especially any kind of prescription drugs. And the reasoning behind that is because that if you ever go to and there's usually prescription drop-offs, a lot of times they're at hospitals, they are always overseen by law enforcement. These are prescription drugs. They are not something, and please, please wait for one of those. They're just little bottles. Do not throw them down your toilet. Do not put them down the sink.
No, please don't.
You know, how much damage we're doing with that is irreparable. It's hitting the water stream. I just don't even want to think about it. It's not a big thing. Put them together, but law enforcement has to be a part because they are prescription drugs.
And if you just hold on to those also, I know we here at Millcreek Township, we have prescription drug collections right here at the township on a Saturday. Not every, you know, there's certain dates, but we have it a couple times a year. Hold on to it. This way you know. And then of course we have pharmacists here, pharmacy students, the police department. So it's done correctly.
We don't take ammunition. If you have ammunition, if you have some sort of firearms or anything like that, I suggest you call your local law enforcement office, and they will give you the right place to get rid of it.
That I don't know what to do with.
You know what? They will know.
I know.
They will know.
They know.
But we are not taking ammunition. We do not take explosives.
Okay.
Please don't put firecrackers in there. This is nothing that we can accept. All right. Appliances.
Right. Freon items. What about those?
No, not Freon items.
Okay.
Not for this particular, you know, can't fit it in the bag. No, it's mostly for smaller items that you yourself would be able to lift and put outside on your porch. That's a good rule of thumb.
And we do have other options. They just have to call our recycling department to get rid of.
Your department here is top notch. You're going to be able to help anybody that needs, you know.
Well, we do try.
This is why you folks were picked for this particular project.
This was fantastic. It is, and it's all you have to do is see what you have, make a phone call to the call center, and their hours, Lori, are Monday through Friday. I'm going to tell the viewers 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Eastern time. Now, if anyone's like me and you start pulling things out at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night and say, I'm going to make this phone call right now, you will be able to leave a message with your name and your phone number. They will call you back, and then you can explain to them what you want picked up. So
this will be a much better experience for you if you have your list in front of you when you make the call to the call center.
You know, Lori, I am so glad that we have this program here in Millcreek Township. I'm very proud that we've implemented. You know, our supervisors are fantastic, top-notch, think outside the box. They were for this program 100% because they're concerned about hazardous waste also. You did receive a flyer in the mail, and also if you want more information, we do have it on our website. That's www.millcreektownship.com. Click on the recycling tab and it'll have the explanation of this At Your Door. What is the website for At Your Door? www.wmatyourdoor.com. So you've got many, many options on finding out more information on this. And now that we have this for Millcreek residents right at your door, there is no reason not to dispose of household hazardous waste properly. Lori, thank you so much for joining us.
Will you let me come back in a year so I can tell you how successful you've been in a year? Because
it's an invite.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lori. It was a pleasure. Viewers, any questions, please feel free. Check out the websites. Give them a call. Thank you for watching the Millcreek Government Channel. Until next time, have a wonderful day.